Welcome to another JournalNow.com high school football video, Coach's Clipboard Edition. I'm Joe Serrera, and I'm joined today by Oak Grove Grizzlies head coach Mark Holcomb. Coach Holcomb, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me.
Your Grizzlies are 6-0, best start for the program since 2019 when you were 9-0. How does this team compare to that one?
I think this team's both those teams were very close, on and off the field. So I think that's had an effect on our program in general. But these kids seem to like each other. They enjoy practicing. They enjoy hanging out with each other. And if you've got that type of bond, it's a little bit in today's day and age, it's a little different. Yep,
it's certainly helpful. What's this team doing well right now?
I mean,
a lot of things, but
I think we're being more balanced. We figured out our identity a little bit quicker. I think offensively, defensively, we've got a lot of kids that were returning from last year, so we've picked up where we left off. I think there, obviously on both sides of the football, we've got to be better. Our kicking game has been better this year. Aiden's been very consistent. And he's worked really hard during the off season to make himself that way too. But 6-0 is nice. So we like to look at it just 1-0 right now because that's really all it means with our conference schedule.
Yeah, especially that Mid-Piedmont 3A is so strong. North Davidson, okay, they didn't get off to a great start, but that's still a very good football program that you're preparing for this week. Ledford 6-0. Central Davidson's only losses to Ledford. I mean, this is a strong league, and I was talking to Coach Flynn earlier today, and he said even Montgomery Central is getting better. I mean, it's a league that's already strong, and some of the other teams seem to be trending upward too.
It is definitely. I think when you talk about Ledford and North and Central, those are obviously the top teams in our conference, and they have been consistently over the past few years. Mm-hmm. Montgomery Central's improving, Ashbur's improving. I think it's a tough conference, and it's one of those deals where I think you can get beat any night, but I think you can win if you play well. You can beat people. It's going to be extremely tough for anybody to run the table in this league, I think.
You mentioned that you feel like your team's kind of found its offensive identity. How much of that is your junior quarterback, Connor Creech?
Connor's an extremely good athlete, but also an extremely hard worker, and he's hard on himself. I think he really enjoys football. He really likes football. He really likes learning about football. And so as we've been able to, kind of tailor things to him a little bit more in his strengths, it's made him more comfortable. Mm-hmm. We asked him in the past, as a freshman, obviously against North in the playoffs, that was his second start in the varsity, and we asked him to throw the football a lot. Last year, we asked him to throw the football a lot. We tried to be more balanced, take a concerted effort, but also use his feet because he's a good runner also.
Mm-hmm. Defensive side of the ball, your team's only given up an average of a little over 13 points a game. Who's leading the unit over there, and what's the key to that group?
I think our defensive line's played well. We got a lot of depth there. Mm-hmm. With Bo Tiller, Blake Chenault, Tyler Danes, Deity Diablo, and also KJ Leak. I mean, those kids, when you're able to rotate guys in and out like that, that's nice. Very few high school programs have the luxury of having 5 or 6 kids who can play, and you don't lose a whole lot and keep each other fresh. But I think it's got to start and end with those guys because, it's high school football. People are going to try to throw the football, but you're going to have to stop the run if you want to win conference and state championships, I think.
Yeah, that doesn't really change from year to year. Friday night, you're going back to North Davidson to face a Black Knights team that got off to a rough start against a brutal schedule. I mean, there's no way of getting around that. But they seem to be playing their best football this season right now. What do you see when you look at Coach Flynn's team?
Well, I mean, yeah, they're 1-0 just like we are right now. Mm-hmm. I don't look at any of the non-conference stuff. I don't think that matters. They'll be well coached. They'll play hard. They know that this is a big game, conference standing wise, and so I think it'll be important to them. And it's homecoming, so there's a lot of things going on before this game. Obviously our kids hang out with each other. Our kids know each other very well, mm-hmm. So it's going to be a fun night.
The running back for them, Xavion Hayes, a couple of coaches of teams that have played them this year told me that they think he's the best running back that they'll see this season. How do you think he stacks up against some of the guys you've seen and will see?
Well, we said that early in the year. We felt like he's probably going to be the best running back we've seen. He's a good mix of speed and power, runs the ball well, runs the ball hard. He can catch the football too. So very exceptional player.
What is your team going to need to do in terms of stopping him and in general to win this game on Friday night and get to 2-0 in the conference?
Well, I think if you go back and you know, I know it's coach speak and cliche-ish, but you know, we had a couple turnovers last year in the game, ended up in double overtime. You know, so we've got to try to turn them over and you know, try to limit the number of turnovers we have. And I feel like we are a little more balanced offensively now than we have been in the past.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully, you know, try to keep them off balance a little bit and be able to move the football in a couple different ways.
It should be a great football game. Anybody in the Triad who wants to see a rivalry game, a great football game Friday night, that's the place to be. Oak Grove at North Davidson. We wish your team luck heading into that one and for the rest of the season.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you guys.